The Phoenix Lights was a UFO seen on the night of March 13, 1997. My sister, who lives in Phoenix, unknowingly told me a few years ago she witnessed something that night. Not ever watching local TV, not paying attention to the wide reports, along with anniversaries given on TV. The sighting was broken up into two events, the first being a series of lights over the Estrella Mountains, the second being a large, dark, silent, low-flying object seen by many people. This is the part my sister saw. More on that later. I want to address the lights seen portion first. The Google Maps image I made is copied from an overlay drawing of some of the witnesses made by Richard Motzar from MUFON. The New York Times investigated the lights seen over the Estrella Mountains and said, quote, 8 jets from the Air National Guard were using flares over a bombing range south of Phoenix on the night of March 13th, when many people reported seeing lights. An official said Friday, end quote. This was further corroborated by the Maryland National Guard saying they were performing night maneuvers named Operation Snowbird that night, near the Estrella Mountains. These maneuvers dropped a number of flares from A-10 Warthog aircraft. Witnesses reported seeing 6, 7, or more lighted objects hovering above the Estrella Mountains in a V formation. Each flare deployed had small timed parachutes that released quickly after they were dropped, so as to slowly light the ground for troops in the field below. Image analysis expert Leonid Rudin combined video of the lights and mountain range to prove these aircraft dropped flares behind, not in front of the mountains as claimed by some witnesses, and acted just like flares dropped from aircraft would.
According to the Maryland Air National Guard, the illumination flares were deployed, fell, and disappeared from sight, behind the mountain range seen in the video. But many eyewitnesses claimed that the lights they saw were in front of the range, and therefore could not have been the same flares. In an attempt to settle this crucial debate, we gave the tapes shot by one of the witnesses to Dr. Leonid Rudin of Cognitech, a California-based image processing firm. Rudin examined the same images that had been previously analyzed by Jim Dilatoso.
We were presented with 2 videotapes. One videotape was shot at night. Another videotape was made during the day from approximately same location with the camera pointing in approximately same direction. We superimposed 2 video sequences. We produced a new video sequence in which each frame is a combination of 2 frames, night and day. We registered the hill. We have no control whether it comes below the mountain or above the mountain.
After several hours, the intricate process was complete.
That's right. This is a loop which repeats this disappearing sequence over and over again. And the one thing that we see here, which is striking, is that at no point the lights disappear above the ridge of the mountain, and at no point the lights descend below the ridge of the mountain. The disappearance of the light coincides precisely with the point in time when the light is exactly at the top of the mountain. And that happens not with one light, not with 2 lights, but with all the lights that we see on the videotape. Therefore, the only conclusion we have is that those lights are behind the mountains, not in front of the mountains.
Armed with this information, watch the videotape again and judge for yourself. Are these merely flares dropping behind a mountain range, or UFOs mysteriously vanishing? Sometimes the human eye can form its own conclusions.
I think these comments logically explain the light scene portion of this event. Of course, diehard UFO believers put forth the theory of the military, the dropping flares and the sighting of the A-10 Warthogs flying in formation back to base as the second sighting, as just a cover-up of alien activity. The second portion was the large dark craft seen silently moving across the desert sky. This was the part my sister saw. She told me she was heading down Pinnacle Peak Road towards Cave Creek Road, shown in the Google Map depiction. It was moving in her direction when she noticed this enormous craft slowly fly over her car, in the same direction she was headed. She had the windows up but didn't hear any noise. She said it slowly moved over her car headed west towards Glendale, and she felt Luke Air Force Base area, which is just outside of Glendale. She said it was low and triangle shape with bright lights on each corner. The photo included is a drawing my sister made of the light she saw. Because of the high strangeness of that evening, with flares being dropped, and the military using A-10 Warthogs, flying at heights lower than average and possibly flying in exacting military Delta-style formation, and also more people out viewing the skies for the Hale-Bopp comet that night. It sounds like that heightened state of odd occurrences in the air that night over Phoenix logically explained what was seen. The first being dropped military flares, and the last portion being the unusually low-flying A-10 Warthogs in Delta or V formation, or possibly even experimental military aircraft like the assumed secret triangle-shaped TR-3B. The latter even more logical than highly intelligent beings having bright attention-grabbing lights, just kind of wanting to be known visiting Earth. If intelligent aliens were coming here, we'd know. Not this kind of sorta, maybe partially hidden nonsense we're to believe that has been going on nearly 8 decades.